not attempt to adjust your dial. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla.
Yeah, you know how we do here in the studio, just getting it in. It's your boy Big Vern, App Stupid. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Goes a long way, helps the channel. We appreciate it. So in the last segment, we talked about Nico Lamaleva and problems in Rocky Top. They've now severed their relationship. He's testing the waters come April the 16th through the 25th. It'll be interesting to see where he goes. More power to him. Then we talk some Nikola Jokic. Jokic is a snake, and what he did, and again, everything that was reported through The Athletic, we just broke it down and gave you the reasoning why. So, from the world of college football to the world of boxing, we take out Jaron Boots Ennis. He had a spectacular night. We'll go ahead and break that down with him v. Stanionis on DAZN. When we come back from a quick 20 from a rap album, this your boy Big Vern. Drop the spot.
Boom, ba-dum, diggy, boom, boom, boom. It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from the App Stupid studio. We rocking another rap album, Onyx, Lower East Side, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. Personal favorites on the track, Black Skinheads, that's crazy, that's crazy. Tear shit up, Rock Box, Over Petty Shit, and New York What Up. Yeah, Onyx, Lower East Side, in stores now.
Shout out to Fredro Star, shout out to Sticky Fingers, shout out to Onyx. Queens get the money. This is your boy Big Vern. So last night, Jaron Boots Ennis puts on a masterclass performance against Stanionis. Now, shout out to Stanionis. He seemed like a game dog. He came in there, but walking into there, it was just like he had slow feet, and Boots put on a performance of a lifetime. I mean, he hit him from every angle. When you come in with a high guard, that wasn't going to help. I mean, he worked behind the stick beautifully, and then he kept noticing Stanionis was dropping down to try and get under that stick, which he walked into some uppercuts, and then he would stab him to the body, make him back up. And then as soon as Stanionis would try and engage, Boots would actually move and have him where he would be ready to load up, and he couldn't. I mean, it was a dominant performance on all levels. To give you an idea how dominant it was, people were cheering and standing up because Stanionis was fighting back. That's how crazy this is. Round 5, he had mounted some offense where he was catching Boots with some shots. But by the time that all happened, Boots had already taken away a lot of the sting on those punches with just perfect body shots, getting around the guard, and then making him switch up and making him switch his feet. And then he was catching him, punching within his punches. I mean, it was a masterclass performance. So when that was over and they quit on the stool, like I said, shout out to my man from Lucky Aces from Freddie Roach's gym, because he's seen enough. There was nothing that Stanionis was going to do to defeat Jaron Boots Ennis. That just wasn't going to happen. So Boots now has a problem at 147. Number one, he was weight draining himself to get down there and happened to make that weight. And that's what happened in his previous fight, because he was judged because he was getting hit too much and whatever. However, in these unification matches, he doesn't have to follow a 10-pound hydration. He can come in weighing his natural weight. Now, if he's going to go to 60, that'll be cool. If he's going to go to 154, that'll be cool. But again, we'll get into the conversation why he's going to move, because there's a lot of chess moves out there. It's your boy Big Vern. Give me a beat.
It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from the App Stupid Studios, pumping another rap album, Dante Hitchcock and Good Things Take Time. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the LP is Breakthrough. Breakthrough's heavy. They Know What's Up, On the Edge, Runaway Bride. What? Come on, man. This song's for you. Fight the Feeling and On My Way. Homie be spittin'. If you like spitters and you like reality rap, oh, you gonna really enjoy this one. Good Things Take Time by Dante Hitchcock. In stores now.
Yeah, shout out to Deontay Hitchcock. I enjoyed the album. I thought it was dope. Shout out to King. I meant nothing by it, mispronouncing the name, but trust and believe I love the project. So when I said there's a bunch of moving chess pieces around in the four belt era, you have to look at the ranking bodies. You have to look at the IBF, the WBA, WBC, and WBO. Now, Jaron Boots Ennis is the IBF champion. So when people say, oh, who's his mandatory? Nobody, as far as I'm concerned. There's Paddy Donovan, and he's not trying to fight him. With Jaron Boots Ennis, that's a lose-lose situation. Then Jen Psaki, I thought that was homegirl who used to work for Joe Biden, press secretary communications. But then I was like, wait a minute, Jen Psaki. That's a fighter. Okay. And Alex Rocha, he's number 5, but he's got business tied up with Devin Haney. So there's no realistic opponent in the IBF for Jaron Boots Ennis to fight, because you would just be then fighting down. It wouldn't make any sense for you to take that fight. And the WBA is the same thing. He doesn't have a mandatory as far as I'm concerned. Rolly, he's ranked 2nd in the division, but then there's Ryan and, Ryan Drug Cheat Garcia. He's 3rd in the division, but once you hit number 5, there's a bunch of nobodies. I mean, Conor Benn is 5th. At the end of this month, he's got a date with Chris Eubank Jr. I don't know if he's going to take damage in that fight, but if he does take damage, he's just a name out there to put on your resume. Then you get to the WBC, which is interesting because you have Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios is in probably a pickle of a predicament of any of the other sanctioning bodies. Now, everybody wants to see Brian Norman Jr. and Jaron Boots Ennis. Trust me, I want to see it too. But Brian Norman Jr., he's just coming back from having hand surgery. And this guy, he's got 3 surgeries in total since 2020, 2 on his left hand and 1 on his right hand. And I know homie feels good. So yeah, we want to see it. One thing I don't want to see this turned into Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford 2.0. I don't want to see this turn into Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford 2.0, where the fan base is completely split. People say hurtful stuff, and Bud is still carrying around anger for Spence because Spence still got the heart of the fans. That's crazy. Earl Spence, Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer, he still got the heart of the fans. And Bud is still acting like he's fighting for respect. Let that sink in. If you just beat this man, and this is arguably the best win on your resume, you still feel like you got a down talk Earl. Earl don't say nothing in perfect. I mean, if you hear from Earl, it's probably just a once blue thing. He don't do social media. He don't really get out there. He ain't really got too much to say. He a quiet dude. And every time you see Buddy crashing out, just the mere mention of Spence's name sent him into like this idiot psychobabble. And like I say, I ain't got no problem with Bud. I ain't got no problem, but I mean, I just see it it's ugly. It's hate on him. Like, I should be getting this adulation. Why are they still talking about Spence? As bad as I won that fight and as bad as I made that dude look, his name is still coming up. And you lost it. You crashed out over it. To the point where this man has got to go up to fight Canelo just so he can feel like people respect him. That's how damaging the Spence and Crawford back and forth, and how much vitriol and how much animosity and negativity was attached to that. And I don't want that for Brian Norman Jr. I don't want it for Jaron Boots Ennis. I'm not talking about Ducks. I'm not talking about none of that. Because if you're Boots and you put on that performance, and let's say you get Brian Norman and you put the beating on him, then it's going to be, oh, he had hurt hands. He didn't give a chance to get his hands to heal. Man, look, if you don't wait till he's perfectly healthy, it ain't going to happen. And if I'm Jaron Boots Ennis, hey, look, if I stay down here, is it worth it? Because I'm not training myself to fight mandatories. Because if I fight unification matches, I don't have to, I'm not going to be weight trained. I can come in at my natural weight. Ain't nobody in Brian Norman's mandatory list. He just fought on ESPN where somebody gave up. That dude didn't even try and fight him back. So again, I like to see him get another fight in with a game dog, somebody who's durable and can give him something. And then if I'm Ennis, Barrios is on the board. Because if Barrios don't take the Ennis fight, he got to fight Devin. That's a hell of a whooping. Somebody say, hey man, you got to fight Devin or you got to fight Boots. Ain't no easy day off. Ain't no easy day off. Is there another option? But that's the fight to make. And if I'm Barrios, that fight makes me more money. There's no money in fighting Ryan Garcia. Just not. There's no money in fighting Conor Benn. Ain't no money in fighting Karen Schlufowski or whatever his name is. You think Josh Taylor's going to give you the same amount of money as fighting Jaron Ennis? No. And it's a unification. So it'll be 4 belts on the line. The IBF, WBA, the Ring Magazine, and the WBC. And he wraps that fight up. Brian Norman takes a busy fight. He can get him a name and everything. If he takes Josh Taylor, he beats on Josh Taylor. Now you set up undisputed at 147. Norman or Boots. And at this point, Boots wouldn't have to have cut weight for any of the camps. He can come in, he can actually make the weight, and he can rehydrate to his normal weight. Brian Norman Jr., he gets an opportunity to unify all of the belts. He would have had enough matches to wear off the ring rust, and now you can have yourself a good pay-per-view. One thing, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see this drug out. I don't want to see this drug out at all. But if Boots decides to move up to 160, then this is all for naught. However, if he decides to stay down at 147, this is pretty much the best fight that's available. I'm sorry, Brian Norman off of hand surgery, one fight against a guy who didn't want to fight him. I don't want to see Boots fight him, because then you're going to start the negativity, the backlash. Oh, Boots, he just took him at the right time when he was hurt. Man, look, Bozy and them don't need to do that. So let them play. Let them fight. Let them fight on even terms. It's your boy, Big Vern. Get it.
Again, if you are listening to this pod, get in the comments. Let us know that we get it right. What did we leave out? This is Big Vern. We talk back.